So, welcome to Reflections in Nature. My name's Erin, and I'm pretty honored to be your guide today for our short meditation practice. We'll first do a couple of seated setups, and then also we'll actually setups in a chair and on the floor like we have been practicing together. So, let's just come to a chair or your couch. I wanted to let you know that it's relatively easy to practice meditation. You just have to be comfortable. That's all meditation asks from you, because if you're not comfortable, meditation isn't really going to work. You're going to be focused. The mind will focus on how uncomfortable you are feeling, any sensation of discomfort. So, if you want to practice in a chair, this would be a perfect type of chair. It could be a kitchen chair or table chair. And you may find that you want to have a blanket, and the blanket would go actually right behind where your seat is. And you'll actually sit forward, and that blanket would be propped up behind your sits bones, your hip bones. And if you're a little shorter in stature like myself, you may find that you want to take a block, a yoga block, or even a stack of books and place those right where your feet will be. And you'll just step up onto to the blocks or books, and just feel a sensation of ease here and of grounding, feeling where your hip bones are, your feet are on the props or the ground itself, and place your hands wherever's comfortable, either open to the sky or palms face down, or maybe fingertips together. Resting your forearms on your lap as well, lengthening up spine and dropping shoulders away from your ears. You may find it's nicer for yourself to be seated on top of that blanket, so you can do that as well. If you happen to come against the chair, it kind of makes you slouchy. So that's why you sit a little forward on your couch or a chair. So I always prefer seated on the floor, just because it makes me feel a little bit more grounded. I'm going to move my blocks here to show you that setup. So I have a yoga bolster, although you can also get a blanket and fold it a couple times, and just elevating your hips, or you can get couch or bed pillows. So you'll just take a seat, crossing your feet, your legs. And just letting someone else in, everyone. So on the floor, on top, your hips on top of a pillow or folded blanket, feet are crossed, or legs can be extended out long. Whatever is comfortable to you today. Pardon me, I have to let someone else in. So if you just entered the space, I just showed the setup for being on a chair. So you can do that, or you can sit fully on the earth with a pillow or a blanket that's folded up. Feeling your hips on the floor. Now, if your knees are a little bit elevated, you can place these blocks or books right underneath the knees. Like that. That's a perfect seated meditation setup. You may also take the blanket like I've shown you before and weave it in between your shins and ankles, just allowing that extra support. So once you get comfortable, begin to settle in. Closing your eyes, if it's comfortable to you, or gazing softly at a space in front of you. Observing any sensations you're feeling today. We'll be practicing a breath called Kumbhaka, where it's a breath hold, first at the top, and after a few rounds, we'll hold Kumbhaka breath at the bottom, and then we'll hold at the top and bottom. So I'll walk you through that, but just get settled in, lengthening up the spine, Feeling your hips on the earth, feel the supports beneath your ankles, your legs, your thighs. Taking note if your mind is racing or if you're calm. Just noting, no need to self-judge. Taking a deep inhalation through your nose. Open your mouth, exhale that away. Inhaling through nose. Exhale. In practicing Kumbhaka, we'll deeply inhale. We'll hold around the top crown of our head, and then we'll exhale smoothly the breath away. Trying to keep our breath inhale through nose and exhale through the nose. So let's begin. Inhaling deeply. Rest at the top of your head and exhale it away. Inhale again. Rest right here at the crown of your head and exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Practicing that about 3 more times on your own breath, at your own pace. Just observing if there's any sensation of tension or you become unrelaxed. Just let the breath fall away and breathe naturally. Everything we do together is always an invitation. Only that you know your body, your breath the best. At the bottom of your third exhalation, take a regular breath in through the nose and a natural breath out through the nose. Let's practice this Kumbhaka breath, the breath hold at the bottom, our exhale. So inhaling here, and then releasing the breath and holding it at the bottom, near your sits bones. Inhaling up. And exhale. Hold your breath here at the bottom, only if it's comfortable to you. Inhale up. Exhale. Resting here at your root. Inhale up. Exhale. Rest at the root. Practicing 3 more rounds in your own breath. At your third exhalation, inhale naturally and exhale naturally. We'll begin the Kumbhaka hold at the top of our inhale at the crown of head, and then flow the breath on exhalation to your root area, your seat, and rest there on a hold. And if this is just too much, maybe you take a hold at the top or bottom, you choose, or you just breathe naturally. So let's begin. Inhaling here. Rest at the top of your head. Exhale. Rest at the bottom, the feet. Inhale to the crown of head. Exhale. Rest at the bottom. Inhale. Rest in the space at the top of your head. Exhale. Rest at your root. Now practicing 3 rounds, top hold and bottom hold on your own, or any other variation of Kumbhaka breath that you'd like. At the bottom of your 3rd exhalation, allow the breath practice to go now. And notice, how are you feeling? First of all, take that feeling into your physical body. Is there any shimmering in your torso? Any sensation of aliveness? How do your arms feel? Your legs? Bringing awareness now to your head, your mind. How do you feel physically in that area? Moving to mental or emotional state of mind. How are you feeling? Just take note. Kumbhaka breath is a pranayama breath practice where you experience space in the body, maybe even in the mind. So that hold is allowing you to rest in this present moment in your body, feeling space. And then the hold at the bottom, same thing. It just begins the realization for you that you do have space. Even if there's a ton of stuff going on, I wanted to talk to you today. So I practice here with you with meditation near a golf course in DeVille Park. And so I just want you to realize, yeah, I'm out in nature, but it's not always a placid thing, you know, this beautiful thing. There's interruptions. And just take note, observe, it's just a practice of patience, the meditation whenever there's interference of the mind or environmental things that you have no control over. So just note, and this breathing helps gear the mind up for a meditation practice. And the meditation practice itself is a form of patience for both internally, how you're feeling, as in no self-judgment, but also externally, environmental factors that could interfere with this quiet sensation, because meditation isn't always about that. I just want you to know. So, in your setup for breath count meditation, you have the option, an invitation to either lie down on your couch, bed, or floor, on your yoga mat, or a clear space. You get comfy. If you want to lie down, lie down. If you want to stay seated, stay seated. This practice is all about how you are feeling. So it's a form of self-care. Once you get set it up, see if here you can become 10 to 15% more comfortable, whatever that means for you. Maybe if you're lying down, you would like to have a blanket rolled up or a pillow right underneath your knees. That relieves any tension in your lower back area. Maybe you'd also like to have a folded blanket or a small slight pillow underneath your head. And just allowing your chin not to be so bent in towards your chest, allowing your neck to remain open. So settle on in for this awesome meditation. Breath counting. Notice the parts of the body being supported by something. A bolster or a cushion, a blanket, a chair, the floor. Whatever you are resting on. Sense the weight of the body and releasing of muscles, any amount, into those supports. Scan the body from the top of the head, the face, any softening in the muscles of the face, the neck, shoulders, any releasing of the muscles around the neck and shoulders, the arms, torso, any resting of the arms into or beside the torso, the hips, legs, any heaviness and further releasing into supports. Now bring your attention to the breath as it comes and goes. Not asking the breath to change, but simply watching it as it is. Coming and going. Welcoming the breath in the moment. However you are called to watch the breath is just right. You may notice the warmth and coolness inside the nostrils. Maybe you are drawn to focus on the sensation at the back of the throat. Or some movement of the torso may be calling your attention. Perhaps the belly moving, any amount. Choose the way that works best for you to watch the movement and rhythm of the breath. Watching the breath. Now we will begin the practice of counting the breath. Counting to 10 with the breath. On the next inhale, 1. Exhale, 1. And continuing, inhale, 2. Exhale, 2. Not following my count, following your own rhythm. Counting up to 10, And when you reach 10, return to start over. As you are counting, it is natural for your mind to wander. It will happen again and again. Without judgment, gently bring your attention back to counting the breath. Starting again on inhale, 1. Exhale, 1. There is no good or bad, no right or wrong. It is simply a matter of coming back to counting the breath. Returning again to the beginning, to 1. Whenever you realize your focus has wandered, remembering any possibility of gentle self-acceptance each time the mind wanders. If you arrive at the number 10, then return again to the count of 1. And returning to 1 when the mind has gone again and wandered. As you hold your attention to the breath counting practice, notice the breath exists in the present. Counting with each inhale and with each exhale. It is only possible for breath to be present. The breath does not exist in the past. The breath does not exist in the future. So as you are counting, and each time you return to counting, your attention is present. counting with each inhale and exhale, returning to the beginning each time the mind wanders. No judgment, simply coming back, returning to one. If you haven't already, you may now release this practice of breath counting. And now bring your attention to your entire body. Sense into any longing for movement. Maybe your fingers or toes want to squeeze or stretch. Wrists and ankles may want to bend or turn. Maybe bringing in larger movements, stretching the arms up or giving yourself a hug. If you're reclining, bending the knees to hug the knees towards your chest or to rock and massage the spine. And as you're ready, if your eyes are closed, noticing any light filtering through your eyelids and gently opening and closing the eyes to readjust to open eyes. Know that through your practice of breath counting, you are strengthening your meditation muscle, your ability to focus and concentrate. This deepening and ability to focus and concentrate will support you in any meditation that you practice and will also help you in your life day to day as you are more able to bring focused attention in the present moment to your day. In mindfulness, one is not only restful and happy, but alert and awake. Meditation is not evasion. It is a serene encounter with reality. Thich Nhat Hanh. So if you're lying down, maybe you come up to a comfortable seat, just bringing your awareness back to the space you're in, your environment. Feeling your spine lengthen long, maybe bringing your hands to heart space, feeling your thumbs against your chest, possibly feeling your own heartbeat, bowing to yourself, giving gratitude for you, for showing up for your meditation practice, your time and self-care. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thanks for your practice.